Everyone. So this is Rachel from Holistic Adventure, and I just wanted to talk a bit about an experience that I had today. With the full moon release happening, and last night I wrote down everything that I wanted to release and burnt it and sent it off to the full moon and allowed that release. Today I found myself in a situation where I was kind of wondering, is this a part of the release or is it not, as it was happening? And then there was a part of me that still was blaming and reacting to a circumstance. So I went to a really beautiful networking catch up today, and it's for a group that I'm in for entrepreneurs, and it's a heart-centered, soul-driven group. And everyone there is just really beautiful, and they're all just there to, connect and just to put that love out. And it was just a really awesome experience. There was one conversation that left me feeling a little uneasy, and I was trying to work out at the time, is this something to do with me? Is it something to do with her? Why am I feeling not sure about this conversation? What's happening there? And on reflection, it's definitely me. I'm having this conversation at the time, and I felt like I couldn't stand up and say, this is what I do. And when I used my language, it just didn't seem to work for her. And so it's just possibly an understanding that I don't actually have to connect with everyone. And, I connected with some amazing ladies that I would actually like to work with in the future. And as a energy healer and a life coach person, a mentor, anyone, they still need mentors. We still need energy healing. It's a circle of life, really. So I went there with the intent of, I'm really going to meet someone I want to work with, and I definitely found a few of those. Everyone I talked to was incredible, and every time I had conversations I was thinking, how can I work with you? And this one person, I was just like, I just don't feel like there's anything happening here. And that was the first thing I talked about when I was relaying what I was doing. Instead of going, I met these fantastic ladies, everyone was just so beautiful, and we did this fantastic ritual to the full moon, and we all just had a bit of a dance and play and laugh. I talked about the negative experience. So I think for my full moon release especially, it was about self-worth, and it was about not talking about negative experiences with others, not talking about others in a negative light, because everything is a reflection of how I feel. Any blame that I put out is a reflection of how I feel. When I was talking about her at first, it sounds horrible that I would talk about someone in that light, I guess, because I was like, she said this, she said that. And then I realized after, but I'm just blaming her for my reaction to it, because it's not her fault that she's like almost demanded a presence of what she is doing. It just means that she is confident. And I definitely felt less confident. There's all these fantastic, inspiring women, and I'm like, I feel like, just a tiny speck on the radar. But I'm not, and I have to put myself in that grounding space, because we have a business just like everyone else, and we run a heart-centered, soul-driven business. So, it's really important that I come from that inspiring space as well. And, but having that reflection and really looking back and going, why is the first thing that I talked about was the negative experience? Because even that negative experience is a lesson learned. And it's not like I, in that conversation, blew up and had a meltdown or something. Like, I let the conversation go and then kind of found someone else to talk to network with, and it was fine. And she probably didn't think twice about it. And so it's about not taking that energy on. And my full moon release integration now, so now that I've put my letter out and I've allowed the full moon to take my release, now it's about integrating back into that awareness of what has happened, and when it has happened, going, that's really connected to the full moon release. Now I need to work on that. So it's really given me a big lesson on self-worth as well, because as much as I can talk or I can externalize, it is about commanding that I am confident about my business and I have self-worth. And it's probably not something that I always do in networking. I'll often talk about the business and what we do, and it's getting in a better space. But being a new business, I'm probably not doing it to the degree that I would want to be in. You know, I see someone like that and I'm like, wow, I want to be in that space. So it's an aspiration, if anything. And you might be experiencing a similar thing. Kane was releasing a lot of, once again, negative emotions around things, and you know, he's found it really hard today. He's had to really sit and just do nothing, and that's okay. It's okay to do nothing. It's okay to take time out. It's okay to have a break. One thing I would suggest is to get outside. Sometimes you just need to feel fresh air. It might be important for you to clean up, declutter, put clothes away, do some washing, something like that. But if you can, leave that for a moment. Get outside and really focus on getting yourself some fresh air. Really focus on yourself. It might mean just having some time to sit. It might mean having a hot drink, having a bath, lighting some sage. We've got some sage burning to balance the energy at the moment. Singing with a singing bowl. It could be just playing music and just bringing that energy into a bit of a buzz, because I think we get really serious and really brought down by the low vibe that our old patterns are still trying to keep us back. And I would really symbolize it as a vision that as it is old patterns, and it's about cutting those old patterns. So if you feel like it's something that you would want to do, if when you meditate or you're laying in bed or even having a bath, really imagine any of those emotional or anything that keeps you tied to those things that you wanted to release, cut them off. And it can just be about emotionally cord cutting. And that's just a really good representation of envisioning cutting them. Our hearts can get really full with others' energy and those kind of experiences, not just our head becoming a chaotic, windy mess, but it's also about our heart. And so it is really important to keep our heart open. And if you subscribe on our website, so www.holisticadventure.com.au, or hit the sign up button on our Facebook page at the top, subscribe to our newsletter and we will send you out the guided meditation recording from yesterday. And if that's what you want to do it, because it will help release some of those permissions, some of those experiences, and it also will send some love for yourself and out into the world. And that's what we really need right now. You know, we really need to send that love out and connect us all to each other. Not only that, if you really are feeling stuck, go get on YouTube, do a meditation. Look up our meditation on SoundCloud, look up Holistic Adventure or YouTube, and have a look and just have a listen and just take half an hour out. Take an hour out. And if you're really not coping, come and see us. Give us a call. We have appointments. Come and get an energy balancing. Come and have a chat. You know, a part of what we do with our service is to talk about what's happening, get you into a more aligned space. We need to feel connected at this stage. At a full moon phase, it can be really anxious and rocky. Come and see us. We're more than happy to work with what you need, and we'll get you into a space that you can go out into the world and just feel like you are centered and you are able to face anything. And that's what a full moon release is about. It's about not just releasing, but balancing again. And we do really need to be conscious about doing that for ourselves, because we are fragile. You know, we are strong, but we are fragile. And if we keep those old pattern beliefs there, they will affect us. So feel free to give us a call. email us, message us on the Facebook, whichever way you feel comfortable. We'll even text back. We're not fussed either way. Come and see us. Come and experience a balancing session. And once we get into the new moon, we'll be able to get you into that real fruition of what you've released and time to move into a new space. One of the best phrases that Kane said once when I was really finding it a traumatic emotional space and I didn't know how to get out of it, was he said, you need to close that for a new beginning. So, it's time to close this off, let it go, see you later, and then bring it to a new beginning, a new adventure, and breathe life into something else. And once you close this one will come all natural. And that's what happened. So it's amazing how we take up so much room of something that isn't working for us, and we try and keep it going. And once we do let that go, something else is always there to come and be a new thing for us to begin with. So I will leave that with you today. Please remember to try and stay aligned, try and stay connected. It can be really hard, but it's not time to fight that. It's time to just relinquish and then feel refreshed and re-energize. And one thing I love to do is I've been doing yoga, and that really brings me together. So find your thing. Find whatever is your thing. Kane loves to sit in the back garden, and he stands with his arms apart like this, and he just meditates, and that's his thing. So whatever your intuition is telling you, go and do it. You will not regret it. I promise you, it will help ground you. So another thing, probably keep up with the water. Keep hydrated. It's really important when we're changing up our journey and we're changing ourselves and we're releasing things, is the toxins will want to come out. So you might feel a bit icky, a bit sick, maybe a bit tummy sore. Just keep hydrated. Keep yourself in a hydrated space. I think that's all for today. So I hope that you've got something out of that. And have a fantastic afternoon. Bye.